Hey everyone, in this video we'll be covering the different backup and restore options available with Amazon DynamoDB. My name is Juhi and I'm a DynamoDB Specialist Solutions Architect. One of the most common questions I hear from the customers is what are my backup and restore options when I use Amazon DynamoDB? Well, you have a few, and depending on your requirements you can use different ones. So let's look at these options and when you can use which. The first one is the OnDemand Backup. It basically takes a full data dump of your table, and you're able to go about it in two ways. The first one is the native DynamoDB feature, and the second one is using AWS Backup service. The native DynamoDB feature provides you with an instant backup, and you're able to restore it with or without indexes to the same or a different region. The AWS Backup service provides you with more enhanced features, but the backup creation is not instantaneous. Basically, AWS Backup is a service for centralized backup management across AWS services. It helps you schedule backups, lifecycle them to colder storage tiers for better costs, tag them for cost allocation, copy them across regions and across accounts. When you copy backups across accounts, both these accounts have to be a part of the same organization. Also, an additional benefit of using AWS Backup is that additional layer of encryption that you get, which can be different from your DynamoDB tables encryption. Unlike the native DynamoDB on-demand backup, AWS Backup doesn't let you restore to a different region. You'll first need to copy the backup to a different region and then restore it. The second type of backup is point-in-time recovery. Once you enable this on your table, DynamoDB maintains a continuous stream of incremental backups for your table. And the retention period is 35 days, so you can roll back the state of your data down to any second in those 35 days. The retention period is fixed, and much like the on-demand backup, the native on-demand backup option, you can restore your table to the same or different region and with or without indexes. Point-in-time recovery is particularly useful for production critical workloads where you want to protect your data from accidental deletes or accidental modification. Another additional advantage is if your table with a PITR enabled gets deleted, DynamoDB creates a system backup and keeps it in your account at no additional cost for 35 days. The options that we talked about so far are not human readable, and they do not provide you with mutable backups. In order to get that, you have export to S3. So you can create an export of your data, the full DynamoDB data at any point in time, which means you need to have point-in-time recovery enabled on your table for this, and you are then able to use it as a part of your data lake to run analytical queries or those 10 to 20% of aggregation queries in S3. You can also transform this data and then get it imported into DynamoDB or any other data store of your choice. As of now, the supported formats for export are DynamoDB JSON and Amazon Ion. A complementary feature to the exports to S3 is bulk import from S3, where you can import your CSV, DynamoDB JSON or Amazon Ion data from S3 into DynamoDB. The bulk import from S3 doesn't consume any WCUs or any write capacity units on your table, and the S3 buckets in both these cases, the export and the import, can be in the same or different region or in the same or different account. In a nutshell, you have 3 different options for backups and 2 different options for restores or import, and none of these options have any effect on the table's availability or performance, which means you can get these backups and restores done without hampering your live transactional traffic. Apart from that, I think it is important to note that restores always happen on a new table. Even the import from S3 feature is only available on new tables as of now. And the restore times differ based on the size of the table, underlying partitions, and some related variables. But service metrics show that 95% of customer restores complete within 1 hour. It is a good practice to periodically keep a track of your restore times and keep them documented. Alright, that was it. Hope that was useful, and thanks for watching.